Narcissists' painful reactions to having their egos bruised look like this. To start, I want to say how much I appreciate you taking the time to view this video. In case you're unfamiliar with the discussion here, the narcissist is the only person we discuss. I wanted to take a moment before we get started to express my gratitude for your unwavering support. In most cases, narcissistic personality disorder is not reflected by unpleasant feelings like anger. Possible causes include a chemical imbalance or a head injury. Narcissistic rage, on the other hand, covers a wide range of expressions, from violent outbursts and sudden fits of anger to more subtle forms of aggression like long-simmering resentment. It doesn't matter if the narcissist is being distracted from more essential subjects. If they aren't to concentrate on it in the way they want, they may explode in rage. Having their demands and needs ignored might cause a narcissist to snap with vicious anger or extremely passive-aggressive. It's upsetting to see as their vision of perfection gets crushed right before their eyes. If narcissists are those who care most about how they appear to others, this seems counterintuitive. Now, I'd want to discuss the impact of narcissistic injury on the narcissist. So, what do they think about it, if they do? Where do they go wrong? Narcissistic wounds come in many forms. At each crossroads, a number of possible outcomes exist. However, I will discuss the worst possible narcissistic injury and their likely response to it. A narcissist's self-esteem and pride can be severely damaged by what have been termed narcissistic wounds or emotional traumas. This is the standard response whenever their fabricated identity is under threat. The narcissist's reaction could be moderated by the severity of the wound. Regardless of the severity of the injury, however, the same reaction is always given. Here, for the sake of clarity, is the typical reaction of a narcissist to a narcissistic injury. They feel humiliated and disgraced, but their feelings are swiftly overtaken by a wave of rage. The narcissist will go to extremes to exact revenge. Narcissists are unable to forgive wrongs, no matter how severe. They are so broken that they can no longer even pretend to be tolerant. That they say they did it makes no difference. Their minds are already plotting revenge against you. The infamous smear campaign is their favorite method of punishment, and it can be carried out in secret or in broad daylight. After insulting you, a narcissist may suddenly change into a sweet and charming person. I'm not just talking about the lifetime smear campaign here. There are narcissistic injuries that can push the narcissist even further into abnormal behavior. Additionally, there exists a blow from which a narcissist is incapable of bouncing back. The attack that knocks them off their feet, where their sense of self-worth and dignity disintegrate before their eyes, and where they feel an overwhelming sense of guilt after discovering the truth about themselves. Several factors can push a narcissist over the edge, and they all have something to do with the narcissist's greatest source of pain. Such events would cause the greatest damage to a narcissist's delicate psyche. I went into detail in this video about the 3 things that hurt a narcissist the most: being abandoned, being exposed, and being insulted. Those who are able to use all 3 of these tactics at once against narcissists will cause them the most harm. As a result, the narcissist will either avoid this person at all costs out of fear, or become fixated on destroying them. In the latter case, people might relax their guard after merely gazing at the perpetrator of their injury. The narcissist can no longer maintain the pretense that they like the other person and must admit that they do not. It would be a lot better if they could just kill them off. People with extreme personalities, such as narcissists, are especially at risk for the misery that comes from suffering a narcissistic injury of this scale. Narcissists will act more rashly in response to the intensity of their feelings at the time. The anxious person may feel stuck and think there is no way out. They are more likely to avoid responsibility for their actions and pretend nothing has happened, even if they do eventually admit fault and seek help, which rarely succeeds. Narcissists may resort to extreme methods like hiring a hitman or throwing a curse on their victim if their hatred for them is so deep that it cannot be explained away. There is nothing a narcissist wouldn't do if they could convince someone else to do their dirty work for them without any consequences. If a narcissist is hurt, their dark side will emerge. It's possible, They'll play the victim card to win your sympathy, but that's merely a ploy to draw attention away from their true goals. If you're an expert, though, you can zero in on exactly what's wrong and how deep their animosity goes. They will tell you everything exactly as they see it. Narcissists feel a wide spectrum of negative feelings when they are injured. The emotions of fear, rage, hatred, and shame are among the most common. Narcissists already have a tendency toward pessimism, so this only serves to amplify their disposition. One cannot expect a narcissist to be able to cope with being insulted, humiliated, and abandoned all at once. There is no way to make up for the damage done by a narcissistic injury. Narcissists are miserable, unpleasant people to be around because every put down they receive makes them feel worse about themselves. If a narcissist is not given the chance for revenge, they may go insane or violent. Narcissists have no desire to apologize or heal from their wounds. They are less likely to let go of their grudges or their denial as they get older. Thus, it's unlikely that they will ever change for the better. Because of the injury to someone's pride, you should give them space. Anyhow, I hope you got something out of this video. Tell me about a time when you had to deal with the repercussions of hurting a narcissist's ego. If you're going to be in town again, please stop by soon. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Like the video and want more like it in the future, click the bell symbol to subscribe to our channel. Really appreciate your taking the time to read this.